Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. So, I wanted to come on here tonight and talk to you guys about Jay-Z. He seems to be coming under a lot of pressure lately. So I made a little list of all of the things, it's a little short list, okay? And it's not an official list. It's just something I did in my little spare time, child, um, of the things that Jay Z has done. And as you can see, as not this background, but my thumbnail says, who can Jay Z trust? I don't know. Listen, who can Jay Z trust? If y'all know, put it in the comments because I'm a little listen. I'm a little scared for old boy. I listen. I'm gonna just tell y'all my list and y'all can tell me what y'all think. Okay. Um. So I'm gonna start when he was a kid, right? 12 years old. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So when he was 12 years old, Jay-Z tells The Guardian, not at 12 years old, but so you can see this is The Guardian newspaper or internet site. They are a reputable. Um, Let me find them again. Hold on. They're a reputable site. So it says Jay-Z, I shot my brother when I was 12. The rapper speaks in public for the first time about the day he shot his drug addicted brother. So word on the street is that Jay-Z's brother had like a crack issue, substance issue. And I guess Jay-Z was selling said crack. And his brother allegedly was gonna just, maybe, use a little something. And Jay-Z got a gun and, pop out him. He pop out him with his pew pew. And it's in public record. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can go look and read The Guardian. It says I shot my brother plain as day. So people run around America and around the country and around the world saying that Jay-Z isn't this great upstanding guy is, I would say, is accurate. I mean, just based on his history. So we could just start there. That's problematic. Shoot your own brother, I think. There's another situation where Jay-Z, he wasn't really a mainstream rapper, I would say, but I guess he was on the verge. As he was on the verge, and this is all alleged, he went to some club. I guess they were going to be playing his music or whatever in the club. And sometime at some point, Jay-Z allegedly, and like I said, this is all alleged. I wasn't there. I don't know. I wasn't there. But allegedly, he and this other guy had gone to a club, and the other guy, I guess someone told Jay-Z that this other guy, who is some sort of music person, I don't know if he's a music executive or whatever it is that he was at the time, but this guy was at the club, and Jay-Z, I guess him and his crew approached the guy, and somehow this young man was cut with a knife. I can't say the other word, supposedly, but I don't know. This will probably never get looked at anyways by the people that really matter. I'm just saying the people that take you down, unless it's like if I'm playing some sort of like copyrighted something, then it probably would get struck or whatever. But he cut the man with a knife, and that's what's alleged. And I believe initially that's what the man said, and then at some point he changed his statement. And when he changed his statement, then it wasn't Jay-Z. A lot of people had weapons, and I don't know who it was, but I know it wasn't Jay-Z. And like I said, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm gonna let y'all listen to what this guy says. Hold on, let me share my screen. No, that's not it. Nope. Okay.
I mean, what happened that night?
Yeah.
Was he came in with, I seen everybody that you just named at the party. Regular industry. I think Jacob and Jessica threw that party for Q-Tip. So I showed up to support. Um
So this guy, it feels to me like he is doing this interview, but has signed some sort of NDA. Because you see how you're looking at the ceilings like he's trying to remember. And I'm not saying that he's lying or whatever, but I am saying that he feels like it comes across to me as I don't want to compromise myself, my life, my family. I don't want to compromise nothing. Because if I now say that the man did it and I went under oath and said he didn't, then that's perjury. And you'll end up in jail just like Lil Kim. Just saying. So, but based on other things that Jay-Z is being accused of, it's like I don't see it being far-fetched. I mean, when you think about what happened with Diddy and Sean went to jail for almost 10 years. And the lady that Diddy allegedly shot in the face says it wasn't him, it was Diddy. Diddy shot me in the face. That's what she said. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But that's what that lady said. They got shot in the face. And so this guy, I think he had to recant his statement for whatever reason he needed to recant his statement, whether it was to save his life, save his family's life. But he don't seem like the type of person that feels comfortable and feels like he's not necessarily telling the whole truth. That's just my opinion. All right, let's finish listening. Hold on, let me find him again. It's not that one. Okay, here we go.
Jay, bunch of us is in there. I ended up getting surrounded by a bunch of people. It was it was probably 10 knives that I knew of. And I ended up getting stabbed at the Kit Kat Club.
Was Jay-Z the one that actually stabbed you?
No, Jay-Z was not the guy who actually stabbed me that night.
But Jay-Z was there.
So y'all tell me, does that sound like a man that believes what he's saying? It don't seem like he believes what he's saying to me. It seems like this man was told that this is what you say when people ask you about this, or you're going to be held in, some sort of, you lied to the police, you lied to the FBI, you lied to whoever you lied to, and now you're going to jail. Or you may not live to tell the story again. That's what it sounds like to me, but I'm just saying, yeah, I can go look that up on you guys' own, but that's what I found. And the link is in the description. Yeah, so the link's in the description if you guys want to look it up and find out for yourself about who Jay-Z shot and stabbed, allegedly. The other thing too is he and guys, what's his name? I was about to say D Haven, but not D Haven. But D Haven is another good one. D Haven, from what I understand, D Haven and Jay-Z were best friends, like from elementary school, from like first grade or second grade or something like that. And according to D Haven, he got into a situation, a legal battle of, I don't know if it was drugs or something like that, but that's what I believe it was. It was like trafficking drugs. And all these different people were arrested and had a case or whatever. Then somehow Jay-Z magically gets out of it. Let me make sure, because people keep coming on to my YouTube and leaving, but I'm like, maybe they can't hear me because I don't have myself muted. But I've done a few videos where I accidentally didn't push the live button or didn't push the unmute myself button. That's happened. Where I accidentally didn't push the live button. Now y'all can hear me. Okay, maybe people just uninterested. Child, listen. It is 11:40 p.m. No, I'm playing. So at this point, Jay-Z, like I said, he shot his own brother at 12 years old. He stabbed a man in the club, allegedly. The man, you just heard him say, oh, no, he didn't do that. It was a whole bunch of people with knives. I'm just like, that doesn't even, but okay. It doesn't make sense to me that people are just gonna come out and show you they knife. They don't usually, if people are gonna harm you some kind of way, most people are scary anyway. They're not gonna approach you with the weapon showing. They're usually probably gonna try to snake you, in my opinion. If it's not premeditated. But if it's premeditated, they're not going to come guns blazing, in my opinion. But anyway, so this guy is saying, no, it wasn't Jay-Z. He wasn't the one. It was a whole bunch of knives. I'm like, okay, sir, if that's what you say. But he probably, I feel like that man signed an NDA and they probably paid him off. Or he may have signed an NDA under force. Like, you going to sign this NDA. Because the streets have said that whenever Jay-Z was going to sign Rihanna or wanted to sign Rihanna, that he told her, there's one or two ways you leave in this room, either out that window or after signing this deal. I don't know if I don't personally believe that, but like I said, lots of people say lots of things. That being said, he's been accused of some dangerous things, some pretty bad things. So I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But like I was saying, so D Haven was Jay-Z's best friend from like childhood or whatever. And whenever he got caught up in that case, whatever the case was, something dealing with drugs or whatever, Jay-Z, for some reason, was not caught up. He was never arrested, according to what D Haven said. He wasn't arrested for any of those things. And, you know, from what D Haven is saying, Jay told him, yo, listen, I got you. Like, I'm going to pay for you. I'm going to help you get a good lawyer or whatever. Now, I don't know if at this point Jay's popping yet. Jay has enough money yet. I don't think so, because I feel like if he did, maybe he still wouldn't have been in a drug gang kind of situation. But you never know. There's tons of people that do it, and it's like so stupid. Two that come to my mind are the guy, he used to be a he was a Atlanta Falcon. Oh, I can't remember his name. He was really good. Michael Vick. He decided he wanted to fight dogs still. It's like, bruh, you got $100 million on a contract. You still trying to fight dogs? Like, out of here. Like, I don't understand the stupidity. And then there was another guy. Oh, Wiz Khalifa. Remember, didn't he have that song Trap Queen and all that? And then you still selling drugs? Like, what are you doing? Like, get your life together. I can't understand it, but who am I? I'm just Chanel over here on Chanel's Reality. Please hit that like button if you're liking the content you're receiving, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed, and welcome. So like I said, he created ROCAFELLA Records with Dame Dash, and now him and Dame Dash, they not even, well, from what the streets say, Jay-Z snaked Dame Dash. Like, Jay-Z was moving and shaking and doing some things behind the scenes, and Dame Dash wasn't aware of it. And this is the thing. If Dame Dash wasn't so cocky, he probably could have heard the noise. But he's so cocky and so full of himself, and to me, very much a narcissist. That's why it wouldn't have occurred to him that someone would try to snake him. Why? Because he busy being a boss. He told, you tell that man on Breakfast Club, I'm a boss. You have to clock in and talk to somebody. I'm a boss. I don't have a boss. Nobody bosses me. You're not a man. Like, he was going in. I was like, oh my God. And that was my first introduction to Dame Dash. I was like, oh, Jesus. He is letting DJ Envy have it. Like, as if DJ Envy, slept with his wife. I couldn't understand it. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And that was probably 10 years ago when I first heard that. And so to see Dame Dash where he is now, where he seems like, I mean, I don't know, I don't count other people's money, but he seems like he ain't good in a way with his money. Like, for whatever reason, he isn't. And it seems like the only thing he has left is the Reasonable Doubt, whatever. I still couldn't tell you one song on Reasonable Doubt. I never had a Jay-Z album. I know my cousin, when we went on our senior trip, we went on a bus to Florida to Disney World. And I remember because this is so long ago. This was my cousin. This is when we had CD players. That's to tell you how old I am. But she had that Hard Knocks Life Volume 2. And I listened, that was one of the CDs I took with me. And I remember listening to it was whatever song Jay-Z had with DMX. I was like, DMX, and he killed Jay-Z on this song. He was like, DMX and my dog's bite. I was like, yes. But my husband loved him some, he loved him some DMX. I'm like, why is DMX always barking at people? Why are you barking at him? I mean, listen, rest in peace, DMX. Leave me alone, okay? But no, why he always growling at people? He was definitely a poet, in my opinion. But back to Jay-Z. So he creates ROCAFELLA with Dame Dash and another one of their friends. And then he swindles Dame out of it. And it's just like I said, Dame made it easy, I think, because Dame is abrasive. Dame Dash, he's abrasive. He is. He, like I said, how he was talking to old boy. And I'm like, now that I know who DJ Envy really is, I'm glad Dame Dash gave him the business. But it wasn't warranted on that day. It was like misdirected anger. Like, I'm like, it's either misdirected anger, you were mad at someone else, and DJ Envy just happened to be the person that day, or he had a problem with DJ Envy from the jump. I can't figure out which one it is. But if y'all know, put it in the comments, let me know. Then Jay, I feel like, fell out with Kanye. Kanye, y'all remember Kanye was on that stage? I ain't never been to a Kanye what is it called? Concert ever. Probably will never go. But I will say that CD that he had with late registration or college, whatever it was, that was a banger. I have to give it to him. But Jay-Z refused. He refused to go. Jay-Z and Beyonce refused to go to Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's wedding. And I think he made a new enemy then. I don't really think Kanye wants to be Jay-Z's enemy, because he said on that stage, he said, what did he say? When he say, Jay-Z, bruh, call me. Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't sit there in my head. Please call me, bruh. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I remember watching that and I thought, oh my God, Kanye West is crazy. That's what I thought to myself. Like, I was like, oh my God, he's on one. And I was a person who watched the Kardashians like religiously, watched them religiously. And I was just kind of like, is he stunting on this boy? Because, you know, the world was just kind of like, Beyonce is she's a real artist. She's a real famous person. The Kardashians are fake celebrities. And, you know, what do they do? What do they do with their life? And here I am over here cheering for them because I liked them from day one. It was funny to me. I thought that their family was interesting, which clearly I wasn't wrong, because how many seasons are they on now? Like season 21 or something. But I remember watching that and thinking to myself, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're gonna show up. It's just gonna be like last minute. But then I thought to myself, Beyonce and Jay-Z are too private to show up. Like, they are very measured in what they say to the public. And it doesn't matter which public they're saying it to, whether it's they on The View or they on, you know, Nightline, wherever it is they're giving their perspective, they're very, 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 very careful. And I don't know about y'all, I haven't seen Beyonce on anything. I can't even think the last time I saw Beyonce do her interview. Which makes me think, because like I said, there's all kinds of what do you call it? Oh, what's the right word? Conspiracy theories about Jay-Z and Beyonce. There's tons of them out there. You know, some people say, oh, Beyonce's a witch, and other people say whatever they say about Jay-Z and all these conspiracy theories. I'm not saying it's true. I don't know if it is true or if it isn't true, but I will say I can just go by the things that I can find in public record, and I can find that Jay-Z said to the Guardian that he shot his brother. The man recanted and said that Jay-Z didn't stab him, but he first said he did, allegedly. He broke up whatever good ties he had with Dame Dash, and I really still think Dame Dash is hurt by that. I think he feels, I don't know how to explain it. I have a tough time. I don't know how to explain it, because I do think he still believes, and seems to me, I'm gonna just say, it feels like to me every time I see Dame Dash do an interview, he just seems sad. he says a lot, but he's not really saying much. You know, it's like he sounds like a guy that's just trying to rebuild his empire and it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like it just feels too late. But I think he's still in disbelief of why, or not even why, that his friend, his brother, Jay-Z could have done him like that. But if you really look at the pattern from what D. Haven said Jay-Z told him, yo, I got you. When he was going to prison for the drug bust or whatever it was that was going on with D. Haven. And he said Jay-Z told him, I got you. And he believed him. And he said that was the last time he ever spoke to Jay-Z, seen him, spoke to him, all of that. And I'm like, damn. There's a few people in life that I'm not going to speak to just because that's how I roll. I'm just one of those people. Once I'm going to give you enough, what do they call? I'm going to hand you the scissors to cut you off because I don't have time, right? But if I cut you off, it's for a good reason. I'm not one of those people. I'm very loyal. So if you make it into my circle, then it's kind of like the mob. You're in for life. But if you do some snake shit and I got to put you out the circle, you're probably not ever getting back in, no matter what. That just is what it is. I'm going to just have to get to the pearly gates and ask God for forgiveness. Because some people, they don't deserve to be in your life. They've done things to not deserve it. But I think D. Haven's case, based on what he says about Jay-Z, it's like, what did I do? I went to prison. Why are you just like, stop talking to me? And I was your boy from way back when, from when you was ever had anything, since we were 5 years old. So I think for Dame Dash, I think that, you know, it's sort of like, I feel like Dame Dash had this probably in his head, like an unconscious thinking of like, he probably thought, like a lot of women think, it's like, well, that won't be me. They ain't gonna do me like that. He ain't gonna do me like that. Like he did that guy like that, but he ain't gonna do me like that. And it appears that Jay-Z is really good at getting people to believe he ain't gonna do them like that. And Beyonce is one of the ones that it's like, yo, sis, I didn't for the longest did not want to believe Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce because I'm like, yo. And and listen, Beyonce is from my city. I love her songs, her music. She's a good entertainer or whatever. I'm not in the beehive. I'm not one of those people who thinks because she's Beyonce, she can't go take a shit. She does, just like the rest of us. Like, I'm not one of those girls, like, thinks that because they have a lot of money or power or influence that they're better than me. That shit doesn't impress me at all. You impress me by being a good, decent human being. Humanity impresses me. Doing something good for others, that's what impresses me. The fact that you can get on the stage and sing and dance, millions of people can do the same. And I'm not saying they're her or that she doesn't do it better. I'm just saying it's not special. You know, she makes good music and she can sing and dance, but like I said, there's millions of people that can do that. It's special to me for you to go and change a policy that impacts a group of people that, you know, are at a disadvantage. That to me is powerful. It's powerful to me. Go create a school. You know what I'm saying? It's like things like that. Like a celebrity is fun and it's entertaining, but I'm not that girl that's like caught up in the fact that you can, you know, wear Louis Vuitton or Prada or whatever, because I can too. So I'm not that. If I have friends, and I do have a lot of friends that do that, but I'm cheering for them. I'm not a hater. I'm not that girl like, why I ain't like her. I'm like, girl, how you do that? Because I want to get like that. You know, that's more of what I am, but I'm congratulating you. Anyway, I think that I can't understand why Jay-Z did it to his friend. Like he did it to D. Haven. He snaked him. Hasn't spoken to this man D. Haven since he went to prison. And then he did the same thing, apparently, allegedly, to Dame Dash, because now Dame Dash doesn't seem to have his shit together. To me, he appears to be a man with a broken heart. To me, he appears to be a man that thinks someday him and Jay-Z are going to get back together. And I'm like, if you look at what D. Haven said, it ain't happening. You over there trying to figure out how you can pay for this and sell that because you owe whoever child support or whatever it is that Dame Dash is owing at the moment. And your friends say it's $1 billion on the elevator, and how you still owe anybody? If my bestie, the person that I started ROCAFELLA with, and everything else, and is a big part of the reason why I am where I am, you always gonna be good with me. Financially, you always gonna be good with me because we built this shit together. So, you know, unless you just go in and fuck off all your money, then that's a different thing. But so I can understand why Dame Dash would be, you know, pissed off about it. I could understand why he would feel away. Keith Wilkes. Hey, Keith. Keith says, people betray Jay-Z and blame it on him. Who betrayed Jay-Z? Put it in the comments. Who betrayed Jay-Z? Because the list of people I have here, I don't know who. He shot his brother when he was 12 years old. He allegedly stabbed that man in the club. Then he snaked his bestie, ROCAFELLA bestie. Who was this? What's his name? Dame Dash. He didn't show up to Kanye and Kim's wedding. Like he honestly, if you really want to keep it a buck, Jay-Z didn't even want to sign Kanye. If you just really want to keep it a buck, what happened was Jay-Z and Dame, I don't think either of them wanted to sign Kanye. Kanye was making beats for everybody. And then Kanye was like, yo, I can rap too. I got this. Okay. And so Kanye made his whole album. They didn't support it. Neither one of them. I'm going to say allegedly. But from my understanding, they didn't support it. Kanye was doing a album release party and everybody was talking about it. And at some point, people told Jay and Dame, they was like, yo, you going to the party? To the album release party? And they was just kind of like, I guess I gotta show up. But they was not in support of that man. But as soon as it hit, it was all, oh, that's my brother. I'm like, oh my God, Kanye. I know so many people like that where it's like, they never had the brother or the love of a mother or whatever it is. And then they latch on to this person and this person isn't good for them. That's my opinion of Jay. I feel like Jay's shown his true colors the whole time. It's just the people he showed it to had a history with him. And unfortunately, those people look more at the longevity than they do the betrayal. They're like, oh, so think about it like this. It's like those people who feel like, well, we've been friends since middle school or we grew up together. And so you feel like you should always hold that person down. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do whatever makes you happy, but I am saying that if that person betrays you like a real betrayal, I got to move on because once the trust is broken, I can never trust you again. I can never trust you the way I did before. So I think Dame feels away. I think Kanye feels threatened because I told y'all Kanye went on that stage. Kanye was like, yo, what he say? Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them in my head. I'm just saying. Then we have Beyonce and Solange in that elevator here. I think I have a little footage of it. Hold on. Let me share my screen with y'all 1 second. Oh Lordy. Okay, let me see if I can share it. Child. Solange was not playing with Jay-Z. You know, I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did, but she wanted to beat his ass. Oh my God. If I was Jay-Z, I would have just got off the elevator. Oh my God. A whole ass security guard can't even hold her down. Like, yo. The fact, I'm just like, how did she hold her composure all the way till they got in the elevator is what I want to know. And then she going at him again. Ooh, listen, I want to know, what did Jay-Z say to her? He had this.
Solange.
Hold on. Hold, please. Okay. No, this isn't what I want to show. I don't know why it won't let me show it. It won't let me show it for some reason. Okay, let's see if I can get it back. Okay. Okay. So, oh my God. I'm like, this, I don't know what, I still would love to know what the hell what could he have done to her where she is trying to get at him like by any means, the foot, the hand, like sis is going in. Oh my goodness. And Beyonce ain't doing that. My opinion is, woo, she hit him again with the purse. Lord Jesus. Oh. Child. Listen. Ooh. Then sis walks out the elevator like nothing happened. Jay-Z holding his face like, oh, ooh. That's been a minute since that happened. I don't even remember how long ago that was. Oh my goodness. All I got from that video is, y'all know that meme where it says, my sister don't fight, but I do. And listen, I do not support violence on any day of the week. But listen, that shit is funny when it's like, when you think about it. And then, oh my God. Because what could he have been doing? The thing is, it's the one thing to have something simmering, somebody pissed you off and it's simmering and you really can't wait to get at them. I don't believe this was that. I feel like this was something happened that day that Solange had to get at him. I'm just shocked that she kept her composure until they got in the elevator and then put her composure immediately back on when they got out the elevator. I wish them the best, though. I do. I wish them the best. But let's listen to some of this stuff that DeHaven has to say, because I think it's pretty interesting. Did I finish my list? Oh yeah, because then I said Jay-Z gets beat up in the elevator by Solange, and then he apparently pissed off Jaguar, right? Then, because this is also too, I feel like Jay-Z then had to allegedly cheated on her with Becky with the good hair. I think it had to be around this time. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he been cheating on her for the whole time that they've been married. Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know these people. I wrote on here, Jay sends his bestie R. Kelly to jail for being a pedophile, just like him. I mean, listen, if you're almost 30 years old and you dating a 15-year-old, that's a pedophile to me. I'm just saying. Even though a 15-year-old can look very, voluptuous and whatever else, you're almost 30, sir. That's a child. And let's be clear, a 30-year-old could have a whole 15-year-old child. Okay? 15 and 15 is 30. So it's like you could be 30 years old and have a whole 15-year-old child. Like, anyway, don't get me started on that. Then Jay-Z, he was cheating on her with Becky with the good hair, but I still haven't figured out who Becky is. I don't know. I don't know who Becky is. Because people have said, oh, it's Rachel Roy, but I'm like, wasn't Rachel Roy married to Dame Dash? I just don't see that. I don't see that being the case. I mean, I don't know, because I don't know none of these people, so maybe it was her. I don't know. Jay-Z, oh, because Jaguar Wright was on Piers Morgan talking about Jay-Z sent, she was like basically saying Jay-Z is the reason, like he funded the Me Too movement or whatever the case may be because he wanted to go to send R. Kelly to jail. And I'm just like, listen, I believe some of the stuff that Jaguar Wright says, and I think she has some firsthand knowledge, but I'm like, that just seems like just like a really big ass convoluted scheme. It's like, how do you set someone up to go to jail who's been a pedophile all his life, all his adult life? You need to wait 20, 30 years to set him up? Like, that just, to me, it doesn't really make any sense. Because just like that right now, you send this man to jail, you throw your darts at this man, and then people start looking at you, but you was friends with this man. So now you are putting yourself and your name in the conversation, and you don't need to, especially if you are what he is. It doesn't make any sense to me for him to do that, personally. Especially if you're going to be still besties with P. Diddy, who, no matter what happened to, listen, my heart goes out to the young ladies that, ended up in the clutches of R. Kelly, because he's definitely a pedophile, 100% in my mind, in my opinion. But the lawsuits if you read those lawsuits of what Diddy has done, it's just, it's next level. Like, I'm never going to tell somebody, oh, I can't compare their pain, right? That's not what I'm doing. I'm not saying one pain is worse than someone else's pain. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the graphic nature in which the people talked about it it's just heartbreaking, because I feel like R. Kelly, and he was a monster too. I'm not going to say he's not, but just from what I got from the Surviving R. Kelly videos or whatever, it felt like obviously power and control, because that's usually what sexual assault is about. It's about power and control. It's rarely about sex. It's about controlling someone, right? and having that dominance over them. That's why they go for people who they feel are less likely to tell, or people are less likely to believe. It's the truth. But he seemed more like a groomer. And I felt like the more he got away with it, the less groomer behavior he felt like he needed to have. So, for example, if he allegedly was sleeping with Aaliyah she was 12, that's when she got introduced to him. And then he goes off and marries her when she's 15. All I'm saying is, usually, if you're in a terrible relationship and this person is treating you treacherously, you're probably not going to be so happy to go and marry that person. Not saying it doesn't happen, because people marry horrible people all the time and they know that they're horrible. But she was 15. She's a teenager. She doesn't understand it. I mean, she has some scope of it, but doesn't really understand it. Not in the way that he would understand it, not in the way that an adult would understand it. So to me, after Aaliyah, then it became, and I'm not saying it wasn't bad from the beginning for whoever. I'm just saying, based on what I saw on the video, it seemed like he cared less and less, because he probably realized, I don't have to do anything to get these ladies. All I have to do is have my friends roll up to the McDonald's and go get, or the middle school, or wherever he was going to get them, have them bring them in, me pretend that, I'm going to give them some sort of record deal or not. Just have them, feel like you're in the midst of greatness. And so take your time. And then if you don't want to be here, we might make you stay. I feel like the grooming part, where it doesn't seem so violent and all that, I think R. Kelly got away from that more and more, that he got away with it. That's what I think. And then the people in the industry that were allowing him to get away with it, because please believe that was about money. Hollywood don't care nothing. They don't care about nothing but green. We could say it's sexist and racist, and absolutely it does have those elements 100%. But the biggest element that controls Hollywood is money. So they don't care about the pedophilia. They don't care about the sex scandals. They don't care about, what is happening to people on set, like those little kids at Nickelodeon and Disney and all of that was going on with pedophilia over there. Don't care about none of that. Is iCarly doing great on the Disney Channel or on Nickelodeon, whatever channel it was on? Is Hannah Montana doing great? That's what they care about. How much money are we making off of these people? So that's how come you could allow this man to continue after he clearly married a 15-year-old. He's almost 30 years old. Y'all let him still go on and make millions of dollars? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, I can't. But apparently, like I said, things can go on and on and on, and people just really don't care because of money. That's just my opinion about it. So what's the next thing? Oh, I was talking about D-Haven. Was I talking about D-Haven? Oh, I was, yeah, because Jaguar Wright is like, what did she say? Oh, she was saying Jay-Z paid for the Me Too movement. I'm like, I ain't saying that man didn't give money over to whatever he did, because I don't know. I don't know Jay-Z, and I don't know what his financials are. I don't know who he's spending his money with or not spending his money with. So I can't say one way or the other. But I do think it's interesting that she would even say that. I think that's like, yo, that's wild. Because two things Jaguar Wright did on that show. And it was the stupidest thing to me for Jay-Z to respond, because she put him in a position where he had to respond. All of the other stuff that she was doing, talking to the different, street kings and all these people on YouTube, it was definitely getting lots of coverage, 100%, 1,000%. But it was not getting Piers Morgan type of coverage, like across the pond type of coverage. It wasn't getting that. So she's been saying forever that I can remember. I only discovered her right after the Cassie lawsuit, but Jaguar Wright has been saying for years that Diddy is this and Jay-Z is that, and she hates him. And I still can't figure out why the hell she hates Jay-Z. I'm like, girl, what he do to you, sis? Now, she said he cut her with a box cutter. That's what she said on one of the, I think it was Street Kings or somebody. I can't remember exactly. But on the YouTube video, that's what she said. He cut her. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I can understand that. But it almost feels like she has more smoke for Jay-Z than she does P. Diddy. And the things that P. Diddy has done, child, what's been alleged in those lawsuits, it's egregious. So I'm like, it can get more egregious than that. Oh, Jesus, you know. But he pissed her off apparently. But the two things that she got him to do in that video, I feel like after that Piers Morgan interview, she said Jay-Z, she accused him of things he has to say he didn't do. And the reason that's a setup for her, in my opinion, and he walked right into it, is because it's the same thing as when you've murdered someone or you've unalived someone. Let me say it like that. You've unalived someone or you've stolen from someone, whatever it is your crime is that the police have brought you in to talk to you, quote unquote. They want to talk to you and get you on record saying you didn't do this, you don't know this person, you never touched her, you don't even know who she is. They want to get you on record saying that. So when they go and find the evidence, which they might already have, just haven't gotten to it yet, but they want it so that they can present that evidence to say, how, if you said you don't even know her, how did your DNA end up in her car? If you saying you don't know her, how is your palm print in the blood on the staircase? So that's why Jaguar Wright did that. That's why she did it on well, I won't say national TV, on a very national, international platform. She wanted to force Jay-Z to say, I did not, she wanted to force Beyonce and him. We don't have anything to do with that. We don't know nothing about that. And they did it through their lawyer, but they still did it. And it made no sense for them to have their attorney talk to TMZ. I'm like, are you serious? That lets you know how much Jay-Z and Beyonce they really don't care about it, but care about it. And what I mean by that is, if they really wanted everybody to know, you don't send it to TMZ. Yes, you send it to TMZ. You want the people that want pop culture news. Yeah, that's who you send it to. But what she said about Jay-Z and Beyonce is, that's real information. And when she's on TV saying that they're the same as Diddy, you want the whole world to know. Nah, sis. Nah, we not. But they didn't do that. They went through their lawyer because they think that lawyer can cover them. They think their lawyer can cover them by saying this is demonstrably false. And it could be. But the moment you say that, you've locked yourself into saying that you have no knowledge of any of this other stuff that's going on with Diddy. You have no knowledge of anything that this Jaguar Wright lady is saying. So when they go and find whatever they're going to go find, they're going to then present, if he's guilty of anything or if she's guilty of anything, they're going to then present it and say, you told us back in 2024, after the Piers Morgan interview with Jaguar Wright, you told us through your attorney that everything that this lady said is demonstrably false. But look, now we have information from whomever this witness is, whoever the witnesses are going to be. That's why you don't talk to the police. I'm not knocking the police in any way, but I'm saying if you think you have committed a crime, even if you didn't commit the crime, you talk to your attorney first. Even if you wasn't there, you're going to have to talk to my attorney, because like they said on your Miranda rights, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Innocent people have gone to jail for things that they didn't do. And also innocent people have confessed to things they didn't do. There's a documentary, I think it's called Long Shot on Netflix, I believe, where a young man, somebody said that he unalived and shot these other people. And he was like, nah, I didn't. I was at a game with my daughter. And they were like, no, you weren't. And they kept that man in there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And then he eventually confessed. And he wasn't there. He wasn't there. He was literally at the game with his daughter, like he said, with other people that say he was there. But they literally had this man confessing to a crime that he didn't do. And what got him out was there's this TV show that used to come on called Curb Your Enthusiasm. That show was taping at the same game that this man was at with his daughter and his whoever cousin, friends, whatever, whoever was with him. So they have him on videotape at this game with the people with the cast and crew from Curb Your Enthusiasm. So he couldn't have been the shooter that they accused him of being. He couldn't have been, because he was on tape as an extra or whatever it was at this game, at the stadium. But that man confessed to killing, or I shouldn't say that. I'm not supposed to say that. He confessed to unaliving someone. And he never was near this person, near these people, nowhere near them. But someone said it was him. And so therefore, that's all the police needed. It was him. He was there, and he wasn't even there. And if they didn't have that video showing this man was there and it was time stamped, they didn't have that video showing him there with his 9-year-old daughter, I believe, or 7-year-old daughter, however old she was. He was there on tape. So he couldn't have been somewhere else unaliving this other person, but he had already confessed to it. They were locking him away. Okay. And that's why I say people unfortunately can, under the pressure, they can say, you know, yeah, I did it. I don't remember doing it, but you know, I did it. And it's like, it doesn't sound like something that could actually happen, but it can definitely happen. But anyway, let me get back to Jay-Z. So this guy, D. Haven, was Jay-Z's best friend. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to what D. Haven has to say about his friend, or his ex-friend rather. Let's see. Okay. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay.
The people that got in trouble in the industry, big trouble, who they went to for help? That's true. When Lil Wayne was in trouble, who did he go to? When Meek Mills was in trouble, who he go to? Meek Mills said it himself. Desiree helped me. Say, man, you was right. Down to details. They had me. They said I could that I'm gonna blow up and I could eat off this. And keep in mind, the chick had a plan too. Like, yo, we could do things. And I can guarantee you the conversation with Emery, even when Emery came home and seen, he came home and seen the same thing. Yo, you dealing with her?
Who's the chick?
Desiree.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
He came home and had to see it too. Say, yo, what is this? And I can tell you how that conversation probably went. Like, look, man, you don't need to worry about this. You don't need to worry about nothing else ever again. You over here with us now. But what if, yo, she a snitch? Man, fuck that snitch shit, bro. Them people that's talking about that snitch shit, we ain't gonna be breathing in the same ear. Them, fuck, that's what you worried about? Them niggas that don't have nothing sitting home? Where you gonna be if you don't get on this side of town, get on this side? I can see that conversation happening. And a nigga move all his integrity and morals to the side to take care of his family after he just did 12 years. I can see that. But I don't see, and what I couldn't put past me, is Emery coming to me.
The best way to attract high-ticket coaching clients is not to spend all your time and money on social media.
Just on some real nigga shit. This is what hurt when I say, when you expect niggas that treat you the way you treat them, and it don't work that way.
That's the worst thing you could ever do in the world.
You know, because I could have expected a nigga to come to me and say, look, man, I don't know what Jay tripping off of. He's still tripping off of that, this, that, and the third. I'm not really with that, but you can't tell him I'm fucking with you. So this is what I'm gonna do. Boom, 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 we work from there. Real nigga shit. But to act like, yo, I'm gonna join forces and do the same thing and play this shit like this, come on, man. That's humiliating. And now I got you as a yes man. Like, yo, bro, you couldn't even speak up for me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So all of that shit is twisted. And that's how all those conversations, that's how they think of us. They like, really, those guys talking about snitching this and that, what you worried about them for? They don't be in our parties. You know what I'm saying? What you worried about that for? Anybody that they deal with, they not gonna bring this up. You think anybody gonna be like, yo, E, man, what happened with you and the Haven? Nope. Because they're gonna find.
So what he's really getting at is the setup, which was people in Jay's camp that he knew, or whatever the case may be, is trying to tell him, yo, even though he's saying this other lady over here, this Perez lady is a snake. That's what he's hearing or is thinking. This lady's a snake. Like, why do y'all have her around? You know, whatever. And he's saying these other people that know Jay, these yes men, are like, you know, basically coming to him. And the setup is just tell D Haven it's all good. It's gonna be all good. We're gonna look out for him, and don't worry about this lady, because you know everybody that we rock with, they don't, you know, they ain't snitching, and then we don't even rock with them type of people. That's essentially what this guy D Haven is saying. So, just for clarification.
On themselves out of business, what do you think they'd give us for if me and Jay was together to do this?
Right.
Because this is all I know. Because if it ain't that, because this don't make no sense.
So that would be the question. What is it?
What is it?
Why did you do this to me?
That would be the only. Is that what you hiding? Is that what it is? Is it the snitch? Is it your informant friend? Did they come to you? Did they get you?
Oh.
When did they get you?
Right.
This is what will drive you insane.
Okay.
It's something way deeper. And so I'll talk to you in the record.
Why? Listen to me. Just the gig of the record right there.
Right.
That shit gonna break numbers.
I promise you, JC will talk to you in the record.
Why? Listen to me. Just thinking it on this level, right? If it was about the money, right? If it was about any money,
yeah.
How much money you think they'd give us for if me and Jay was together to do a film? Them numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You can't put this shit to the side and say, yo, this is what we gonna do.
Right.
It's something way deeper. And that's why I talk about it, because I want you to say what happened, because there's more issues there. It's gotta be.
Because we talked about the first thing.
So
that's bro, this is what I'm saying and telling you. This is what will drive you insane. Trying to figure out what.
Right.
Is it just this?
Right.
Because this is all I know. Because if it ain't that, is it the snitch? Is it your informant friend? Did they come to you? Did they get you? When did they get you?
Right.
Is that what you hiding? Is that what it is? Because
so what he's saying is that, like I said before, Jay-Z told him, I got you, right? And then Jay-Z is having people around him that are informants or work for the FBI, allegedly, whatever the case may be. They're CIs. I think that's what they're called, or COs. Confidential informants. So CIs, yeah. And he's basically saying, he's trying to figure out with Jay, like, when did you cross over to the other side? When did you become this person that doesn't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying, about me, my welfare? And I'm your boy. I've been down with you, 10 toes down since the beginning. So, is it her? Did she get in your, like, what happened? Because allegedly, according to D. Haven, this man, Jay-Z, hasn't spoken to him since he was like at court getting arraigned or whatever was going on before he was going to trial. And Jay was like, allegedly, yo, I got you, don't worry about it. And then he has these other people coming around saying to D. Haven, this is all alleged, yo, it's fine that, because he's like, why are you hanging around her? Like, why is she even in the picture? And she's supposed to be this snitch or whatever. And so to him, it's like, this shit don't look right. And so then after Jay-Z suddenly ghosted him, that word wasn't around probably back then, but that's essentially what D. Haven is saying. He got ghosted by Jay-Z. And then he's trying to figure out, why would he do that? So that's what this is.
Because this don't make no sense.
So that would be the question. What is it?
What is it?
Why did you do this to me?
That would be the only question. Why?
Why do you think? Why do you think?
Wait, what you mean?
Because the switch up sounds crazy.
I just said that he didn't know how to handle it.
So
bro.
you get out of jail, he start rocking with the other side.
It was already rocking. I had to put 2 and 2 together later.
Did he try to backdoor you?
It's almost like this. Like I said, you see the You Ain't No Cop J. Rude post. It's almost like, when did they come to you and say, yo, look, we're gonna let you rock. Yeah. Somebody gonna have to take the fall though. Mm-hmm. You understand? We got Emory and such, and we're gonna throw DeHaven in because I wasn't around for that investment.
So y'all remember how I was saying, like, how people get thrown under the bus when I showed y'all that, I forget the guy's name, but the guy's name, I'm sorry, not the guy's name, the guy that Jay-Z allegedly stabbed in the club, and Jay-Z got arrested for that. And then suddenly the guy's like, no, it wasn't him. And they're like, well, who had a knife? Well, a whole bunch of people had knives. No, that's a lie. In my opinion, he's lying. I don't know why he's lying. Maybe it's because he has fear. Because if you shoot your own brother, I'm fearing you. When you kill your own kinfolk, there's a fear that should be there. There's a healthy fear that I should have to stay the hell away from you. Just saying. So, and then with Diddy, the people that he basically is trying to silence, or maybe has silenced, these people kind of feel like, I don't think he would do it to me. And what this guy is trying to say is, he did it to me. He changed up. So y'all remember when 50 Cent put Jay-Z's picture on that milk carton talking about missing? Because he's with the shits. 50 is definitely with the shits, but that's what he's saying. DeHaven is saying it too. He's saying, yo, this was my boy from, when we were kids. And he then left and betrayed me. Then he left and betrayed Dame Dash. Then he left and betrayed, oh God, there's some more people in between there that I can't think of at the moment. And now he's betraying Diddy, which Diddy's a monster, and Diddy deserves for everybody to shut the hell up about him, meaning just leave him on his own. But it's the same thing. And I find it very entertaining that 50 Cent was like, I'm gonna put this on the milk carton and I'm gonna make it go viral. And that's exactly what happened, because it's like, how y'all have nothing to say? I don't expect the people who are not close to him to say anything, but I certainly expect somebody to say, this shit is crazy. Why are you doing that? Why did you beat the brakes off of Cassie in the hallway? Right? You expect that's what they would say, but then you also got to think about the fact that Jay-Z and Beyonce, and especially Beyonce, they don't ever say anything. When have we heard them speak out about anything? You never do. And listen, I don't want to believe Beyonce's on drugs or has any type of problem like that, but I do wonder why we never really see those other two kids. And maybe y'all see them and I just never see them, or her. What's that about? It's just weird. I just think when people have children, they usually love on them and want to present them to the world. And I get they're in a unique scenario, but it's just very bizarre. But anyway, let's keep going.
Investigation. So you're gonna throw DeHaven in. So when they threw me in, and as the case revels, Emery take his plea deal, my other co-defendant take his plea deal, and I fight. I'm fighting. I got my lawyer in my ear talking about, yo, if I could get you 20 years, if I can get you 20, would you take 20?
All lawyers want to do.
Because I ain't got no off on the table. They want the L from me.
Yeah.
And I'm telling my lawyer, nigga, we ain't looking at no paperwork yet. The fuck, what we doing here?
Right.
You understand? Well, we ain't looking at no paperwork yet. And I ain't gonna take 20. 20 is life to me. We gonna fight. Then when I do look at the paperwork, I'm not in none of the paperwork.
Whoa.
You got this. You got a wiretap for 29 seconds with a snitch calling me, asking me for shit, and then I'm telling him, nah, I don't even know what you're talking about. That's my evidence. I'm gonna use that because he reaching out to me. I ain't doing nothing.
Jellyfish is permanent lighting so good it should be on the naughty list. Invisible in the day and brilliant.
So when Emery go do his time and I get out, I fight, I win my case. I win my case
Jay-Z
and come home. You don't want to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
You think somebody put a battery in his back? Maybe they put.
You don't want to talk to me. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, what is the reason why you don't want to talk to me?
That's what I'm saying. Somebody got the J. I'm saying.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, them boys are in, yo, that's what, why you don't want to talk to me about nothing? Because if it's about that, you're going to talk to me. Yo, your man, this is what happened. You would talk to me. So is it that? You scared to tell me, say, yo, man, they got me. It was nothing I could do. So why you say you was going to help me? You know what I'm saying? Then it just this don't add up at some point. And then how's everybody going to jail but you?
Right.
And how you lose 92 bricks?
Oh shit.
What are 92 bricks?
Look,
I can't wait till you read this story in the book, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait.
The book is coming soon.
Because honestly, the motherfucker that got caught with all of that, they ain't do shit for him.
So definitely go and check out, other people. I have their YouTube channels in the description. But I don't know who Jay-Z can trust. I don't know if he can trust Beyonce or Kanye or Diddy. So who does he have in his corner? You shot your brother when you were 12 because he was trying to sell crack for you, allegedly. Who does he have in his corner? So whenever he does go down, I don't know that he's going to have a lot of people around him because he ain't going to have Dame. Dame probably going to be like, can I have a front row seat at the gym? Dame probably going to be like, I'm going to be in court every day watching. I think he screwed over too many people. Because the way he does it, well, I'm going to just say the way it appears that he's done it, if these people have been screwed over by Jay-Z, he seems to do it in a way that's not out loud. Kind of like how people would say with Diddy. That's the reason I couldn't understand how Diddy was undercover for all these years, because his ass was loud, want to be in the front, want to be the star, all of that. But Jay-Z is more reserved. I really, if I'm going to keep it a buck, I just really do think Jay-Z is relevant because of Beyonce. People are like, oh, he put her on. I'm like, not in my book. I mean, I can't see. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to this thing I heard earlier. Hold on. There was this thing earlier that I was listening to, and I was like, dead ass. This guy was talking about people saying that Jay-Z is the GOAT all of this time, and I'm like, says who? My husband said I sent it to him. Let me see. Hold on. Is it my Instagram? Yeah, it must be on my Instagram. Hopefully my phone don't die. Is it on my Instagram? Oh, I think this is it.
What's the music opinion that'll have everybody looking at you crazy? There was not a year when Jay-Z was indisputably the hottest or the best rapper in the game. Jay-Z came in the game in 1996. I think we can all agree that's Tupac's year. 1997, Biggie died. In 1998, which was kind of his breakout year, DMX had 2 #1 albums in that year. 1999, DMX again outsold Jay-Z by Big Martin. Year 2000, Nelly and Eminem both played down. 2001 would have been a bit hard, but then Ludacris came in the game with hits like Area Codes, Bitch, Roll. 2002, here go Eminem again, dropping the Eminem Show, another diamond album. As well as Nelly dropping another album that sold like 7 million. Jay-Z. 2003, obviously, 56 year, he retired. In 2006, at that point, T.I. was on top of the game. Right. 2007, undoubtedly goes to Kanye graduation year. Yep. And 2008 to like 2011, here he goes to Lil Wayne. Boy, what point was he the hottest rapper? Never.
Just saying. So, because listen, I ain't never had a Jay-Z album that I owned. I'm not saying that man didn't have some hits. He definitely has some hits. Like one of my favorites is that Big Pimpin'. And I think it's because I'm in Texas and Bun B and what's it called? Oh, I can't think of the Pimp C was on it. And so they from my city too. So obviously I'm gonna be like bumping that. But like I've never seen this man as the greatest rapper ever. I would like to know what album does he have that's the greatest. Like there are certain people's albums that I've had that I'm like from beginning to end. Adele, that part 25, whatever it was, that was a banger. For different reasons, obviously, than Jay-Z. I'm trying to think of a rap. Tupac, all his albums that I had was bangers from beginning to end. Anything Tupac was on, he was killing it. I'm trying to think of other relevant rap. Drake, I like Drake. His Thank Me Later, I think is what it was called. From beginning to end, I could listen to every single song. Wayne obviously has several good albums. That Millie, best banger ever. It's like Try Me Not. I might have to listen to that when I get off the phone with y'all, on the internet with y'all. There are songs that Jay-Z has that are great. But I've never seen him have a great album, personally, me personally. Because I like the Empire State of Mind. That was a banger for me. Hard Knocks Life. I know it's weird, but I love that song. That's whatever song he did with DMX. DMX and my dog Spike, Jigga, my nigga. That song, whatever that was a banger. Oh, that excuse me, that one he did with Pharrell or whatever, that's a banger. He has a few of them out there where it's like, yeah, this is almost like an anthem type songs. But he, to me, collectively, doesn't understand how to put them all on one. Like, I think Beyonce understands the assignment. I haven't bought a Beyonce album, excuse me, that wasn't a good album from beginning to end. Now, I didn't buy this, whatever this new thing is that she has. I didn't even know it was happening. This Renaissance. I didn't even know it was happening. All of a sudden, the people was like going around with all these silver clothes on. I'm like, what? I don't know. I wasn't aware. Maybe because I'm over here minding my business, but it was a thing. The reason I felt it was a thing is because it was not only regular people that I know going, it was like celebrities. It was very bizarre to me. Not that the celebrities shouldn't want to go see Beyonce, but the way it was like, if you wasn't there, something's wrong with you kind of perspective that was going on. I was like, okay, y'all go with the beehive. Y'all go do whatever the hell y'all want to do. But I kind of feel bad for Beyonce because I do think whatever Jay-Z is hiding, if he's hiding something, it's going to come to the light. And I feel like there's no way for her to get out of it unless she would have to take the role of the battered wife. And the reason I say that, not that I think she's battered, I don't know if she is or isn't, but that's the kind of role she would have to take. The reason I say that is because that would be the way for her to get out of it. There isn't an attorney that would get her out of it without her taking that way out. It would have to be, I can't protect my children because I can't protect myself type of scenario. It would have to be like that. So how can you blame me for what happens to my kids if I can't even protect me? So I feel like that's the type of attorney approach she would have to have, because everybody's gonna say, how the hell you didn't know? Why the fuck you didn't leave? You know, all the things that they do when they say about victims. Why they didn't leave? Why they didn't do this? You got all this money and glamour and you just wanted him to put his money. That's what it'll be. I promise you. That's what it'll be. And I'm not saying Beyonce is a victim of any sort, but she doesn't seem to. If you go back and you look at younger Beyonce, and she's my age, if you go back and look at her earlier years, it wasn't that she was this person that has all this personality. I'm not saying that at all, but she was more boisterous about what she said, things she did. And now you don't ever hear her say anything. It's like, who is she? I don't know who she is anymore. Like, I feel like after Dangerously in Love, she kind of lost her voice. And I'm not saying in a bad way, because I don't know what their relationship is. I'm just saying she stopped interacting at all, it feels like, with her fans. And I just have to wonder, is that what, at first I used to think this is just who she is. She wants to keep, this part of her life private, meaning her family life and all that. And I can respect that. You don't owe these people nothing. Nobody, none of us. She don't owe us shit, right? She owes her kids, and on some level, I feel like her parents. And to some degree, if you're married, her husband, you owe them to be a good wife. You owe your parents to, be respectful, as their child, and your kids, you owe them to treat them fairly and raise them right. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of what you owe. The public, you don't owe them shit. Like, she doesn't owe anybody anything. So it doesn't really make sense to me why she's so quiet all the time about it. I mean, she didn't have to talk to us about, because even when she talked to us, she didn't really talk to us about anything personal anyway. She always talked to us about her music. And even when she did the only thing I would say, I feel like Beyonce tries to talk to us through her music personally. That's why she made that whole Lemonade album. But I think that's her way. But I also think it's a very sneaky way. Not that she's wrong for doing it, but the reason I say it's a sneaky way is because I feel like if you say it through your art, you can't really be criticized, right? Because who can criticize art? Art is very subjective. It's who likes it. Me, I made it. I can't tell Mr. Gucci that he can't charge $900 for his shoe. That's Mr. Gucci's shoe. If that's what he designed and he feels like his design is worth $900, I can't tell that man he can't. And I just feel like that's the smart way of Beyonce doing it, because it's like, I could talk about the police brutality. I'm not going to come on stage and talk about it, but I am going to put it in my song and in my video. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna come on stage and talk about how my husband has cheated on me for 6 or 7 years of our marriage, whatever it was or is not. I'm not gonna say that out loud, but I'll make an album called Lemonade and I'll make a song called Sorry and say, I ain't sorry. Nigga, nah. Like, that's what she doing. She mad at her. Who was she mad at? Carrie Hilson for making that song or whatever about her, that verse. And she made a song about it. It's just kind of like what she make. What's that song? Bow Down. I know when you were little girls, you dreamed of being in my world. Just saying. I feel like that's a shot. Shots fired. I think Sorry was shots fired at her husband, but I always thought to myself, did they sit around and she had to have gotten his permission. And not in a mean way, but just more of like, we don't really put our business out there like that. So I feel like she had to have said, listen, this is what I'm about to write about and take it or leave it. And I think that's why I say I don't think Jay-Z would be I don't think he would be relevant at all if he wasn't married to Beyonce. I really don't. Because again, I'm not going to go buy a Jay-Z album. I ain't buying nobody album at this point. Well, I take that back. Some people I will buy because I just feel like they deserve it. I just do. It's certain people I'm just going to support them. It just is what it is. But a lot of people argue that, he made her who she is. He gave her street cred. Beyonce didn't need no damn street cred. What are y'all talking about? He grew up in Third Ward, Houston, Texas. Now, the part of Third Ward that Beyonce was in was not hood. I have friends that live over there, and they're doctors and lawyers and stuff. And you got to have money to live over there. But truly, the ghetto is on the other side of the bayou. I swear to God. It's weird, but it is that part of town that Beyonce was living in. She wasn't poor. She grew up just fine. But I wonder, what do you guys think? Y'all think that Jay-Z has any friends left? Who do you think he can trust? Do you think there's anybody he can trust? Do you think any of the people I named can trust Jay-Z? Who did I name? Beyonce, because he didn't cheated on her allegedly 43,000 times. Kanye West, because I don't know what he told Kanye, but Kanye said, Jay-Z, don't send, I know you got killers, don't send them in my head. So he did something to Kanye. I don't know. Oh, he didn't come to Kanye's wedding. That's the thing. But I think it was just because Beyonce probably wasn't going to come, and then they would have to explain that. So there's that. I don't know what he's done to Jaguar, right? But apparently he's done something really egregious to her because she can't stand him. He has gone on silent along with the rest of the entertainment industry regarding Diddy. So I'm sure Diddy feels a way about that. And then I watched something the other day, guys, and it was saying something like, it was like this phone call. I don't know if it's real or fake or whatever, but it's supposedly this conversation that Diddy had with the son that looks just like him. I don't know his name. I think his name is Christian. I could have that wrong, so forgive me. But the one that looks exactly like Diddy, I feel like if it's real, because I don't know if it's real or not, but I feel like in that phone call, he said something. It seemed like Diddy asked his son, like, have you talked to Jay? Had Jay called or something like that? And his son was like, he's ghosted. He ghosted you, Dad. Damn. I almost feel like that's real because, listen, I don't know if it's real or not, but it sounds like a reasonable question. If that's your bestie, that's supposed to be your god daddy, it just would seem to me he would reach out. But again, if you listen to this D Haven guy, D Haven said he was going to jail. He was he was in jail and he was slated to go to prison. And D Haven was Jay-Z's best friend. And he said, Jay-Z was like, I got you. And then he never spoke to that man ever again in life. Dame Dash. He pushed him completely, in my opinion, completely out of ROCAFELLA. Turned on him and silently did it. It's just so savage, but it's very slithery. So I think that Dame Dash is going to get his. I think. Listen, if the government really wants to have a laugh at Jay-Z, put Dame Dash on the witness list. Put him on the witness list and ask him about Foxy Brown. Ask him about how Foxy Brown ended up, in that song with Jay-Z. That was a hit. I don't even remember the name of the song, but I know it was a hit back in the day. Ask him about it. But I do wonder what they're going to charge him with. Because, like, with Diddy, I know that how they're going to get Diddy, in my opinion, is through the RICO charge. They're going to be able to say, you were running an alcohol business, a clothing line, and whatever else he was doing, you know, and you were doing it. You were actually running a trafficking sex ring, but you were doing it fronting as an alcohol company, as a beverage company, as a clothing company, and whatever else he has. I don't know all of the different businesses he had, but that's what RICO is. It's racketeering. It's pretending that you are in business to have say like a laundromat or beauty salon or car wash, but you really selling dope. That's what RICO is. That's what they're going to get him on. They're going to get him on that and trafficking, in my opinion, because there's too many witnesses to the trafficking. There's way too many witnesses for them not to get him on that. But if they get him on the trafficking, he's not going to jail for life. He'll go to jail they'll probably give him like the max, like 15 years or something. But then he will probably only serve maybe half, maybe. But if they get him on the RICO, it's bye-bye. No more Diddy. And I saw something today that said, oh, Diddy's, they're going to let him out for Christmas or Thanksgiving or something. I don't know if that's true. They don't, when you go to jail, especially that type of jail, they don't let you out for Christmas or for Thanksgiving. They barely let people out, like when their parents pass away, or maybe their sibling or somebody like that passes away. They barely let you out then. And you have to have like, you probably couldn't be in jail for what he's in jail for. Just saying. But a lot of people feel bad for his kids. And I'm not saying I don't feel bad for them. I do. I don't feel bad for the grown ones. I feel bad for the ones that lost their mother, for sure. Because death is one of those traumas you never get over. Especially if you think your mom didn't die of natural causes. And if you can't prove it, it has to eat at you. It has to erode whatever relationship you have with your dad or your stepdad. It has to. And I just don't think, I don't want to say this, but I feel this way. I do feel like Diddy did something to his kids. Some of the same stuff, maybe not as aggressively or egregious to his kids that he did to the other people. Because I don't think it's, I just think I just feel like he did. I always felt that way about R. Kelly. And then R. Kelly's daughter came out and said it. I hope Diddy didn't do that to his own kids. I wish he didn't do it to anybody, but like, again, Kim Porter, how could she protect anyone if she couldn't protect herself from Diddy? Not saying she didn't protect her kids. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I dealt with a lot of people in my professional life that had issues very similar to Kim. That's why it irritates me when people are like, oh, they just want to be there for the money. I'm like, again, explain to me why the broke women are with those broke men down in the ghetto and getting the brakes beat off of them. They're not there for the money. So why are they there? Stop it. It's not about money. People want to say that because a person has money. They also want to say that because they want to act like women are so destitute and dumb and don't have any skills and no education that we can only dream of getting with a man for money. It's like, fuck it out. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, I cannot. That shit annoys me. But anyways, guys, it's time for me to go to bed so I can get up and go make a paycheck. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. Please hit that like button, guys. Hit the notification button and the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. It is a free and easy way to support my channel. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.